Passage to India by Walt Whitman. Stanza number 1. Singing my days, singing the great achievements of the present, singing the strong, light works of engineers, our modern wonders, the antique, ponderous, 7 out wide. In the old world, the East, the Suez Canal, the new by its mighty railroad spanned, the seas inlaid with eloquent, gentle wires, yet first to sound and ever sound the cry with thee, O soul. The past, the past, the past, the past, the dark, unfathomed retrospect, the teeming gulf, the sleepers and the shadows, the past, the infinite greatness of the past. For what is the present after all but a growth out of the past? As a projectile formed, impelled, passing a certain line still keeps on, so the present, utterly formed, impelled by the past. Stanza number 2. Passage, O soul, to India. Eclesize the myths Asiatic, the primitive fables. Not you alone, proud truths of the world, nor you alone, ye facts of modern science, but myths and fables of eld, Asia's, Africa's fables, the far darting beams of the spirit, the unloosed dreams, the deep diving Bibles and legends, the daring plots of the poets, the elder religions. O you temples fairer than lilies poured over by the rising sun. O you fables spurning the known, eluding the hold of the known, mounting to heaven. You lofty and dazzling towers, pinnacled, red as roses, burnished with gold. Towers of fables immortal, fashioned from mortal dreams. You too I welcome, and fully the same as the rest, you too with joy I sing. Passage to India, lo soul, seest thou not God's purpose from the first? The earth to be spanned, connected by network, the races, neighbors, to marry and be given in marriage, the oceans to be crossed, the distant brought near, the lands to be welded together. A worship new I sing. You captains, voyagers, explorers, yours. You engineers, you architects, machinists, yours. You not for trade or transportation only, but in God's name and for thy sake, O soul. Stanza number 3. Passage to India. Lo soul, for thee, of tableau twain. I see in one the Suez Canal initiated, opened. I see the procession of steamships, the Empress Eugenie's leading the band. I mark from on deck the strange landscape, the pure sky, the level sand in the distance. I pass swiftly the picturesque groups, the workmen gathered, the gigantic dredging machines. In one again, different, yet thine, all thine, O soul, the same. I see over my own continent, the Pacific Railroad surmounting every barrier. I see continual trains of cars winding along the Platte, carrying freight and passengers. I hear the locomotives rushing and roaring, and the shrill steam whistle. I hear the echoes reverberate through the grandest scenery in the world. I cross the Laramie Plains. I note the rocks in grotesque shapes, the butts I see the plentiful larkspur and wild onions, the barren, colorless sage deserts. I see in glimpses afar or towering immediately above me the great mountains. I see the Wind River and the Wasatch Mountains. I see the Monument Mountain and the Eagle's Nest. I pass the promontory. I ascend the Nevadas. I scan the noble Elk Mountain and wind around its base. I see the Humboldt Range. I thread the valley and cross the river. I see the clear water of Lake Tahoe. I see forests of majestic pines, or crossing the great desert, the alkaline plains, I behold enchanting mirages of water and meadows, making through these and after all in duplicate slender lines. Bridging the 3 or 4 thousand miles of land travel, tying the eastern to the western sea, the road between Europe and Asia. Ah, Genoese, thy dream, centuries after thou art laid in thy grave, the shore thou foundest verifies thy dream. Stanza number 4. Passage to India. Struggles of many a captain. Tales of many a sailor dead. Over my mood, stealing and spreading they come like clouds and cloudlets in the unread sky. Along all history down the slopes, as a rivulet running, sinking now, and now again to the surface rising, a ceaseless thought, a varied train. Lo, soul, to thee, thy sight, they rise. The plans, the voyages again, the expeditions. Again, Vasco da Gama sails forth. Again, the knowledge gained, the mariner's compass, lands found, and nations born. Thou born, America, a hemisphere unborn. For purpose vast, man's long probation filled, thou roundure of the world at last accomplished. Stanza number 5. O vast rondure swimming in space, covered all over with visible power and beauty, alternate light and day, and the teeming spiritual darkness, unspeakable high processions of sun and moon and countless stars above, below the manifold grass and waters, animals, mountains, trees, with inscrutable purpose, some hidden prophetic intention. Now, first it seems my thought begins in span thee, to span thee, down from the gardens of Asia descending, radiating. Adam and Eve appear, then their myriad progeny after them, wandering, yearning, curious with restless explorations, with questionings baffled, formless, feverish, with never happy hearts, with that sad, incessant refrain. Wherefore, unsatisfied soul, and whither, O mocking life? Ah, who shall soothe these feverish children? Who justify these restless explorations? Who speak the secret of impassive earth? Who bind it to us? What is this separate nature so unnatural? What is this earth to our affections? Unloving earth, without a throb to answer ours, cold earth, the place of graves. Yet, soul, be sure the first intent remains and shall be carried out. Perhaps even now the time has arrived. After the seas are all crossed, as they seem already crossed, after the great captains and engineers have accomplished their work, after the noble inventors, after the scientists, the chemist, the geologist, ethnologist, finally shall come the poet worthy of that name. The true Son of God shall come singing his songs. Then, not your deeds only, O voyagers, O scientists and inventors, shall be justified. All these hearts, as of fretted children, shall be soothed. All affection shall be fully responded to. The secret shall be told. All these separations and gaps shall be taken up and hooked and linked together. The whole earth, the whole earth, this cold, impassive, voiceless earth shall be completely justified. Trinitas divine shall be gloriously accomplished and compacted by the true Son of God, the poet. He shall indeed pass the straits and conquer the mountains. He shall double the Cape of Good Hope to some purpose. Nature and man shall be disjoined and diffused no more. The true Son of God shall absolutely fuse them. Stanza number 6. Ear at whose wide flung door I sing, ear of the purpose accomplished, ear of the marriage of continents, climates, and oceans. No mere doge of Venice now wedding the Adriatic. I see, O ear, in you the vast terraqueous globe given and giving all, Europe to Asia, Africa joined, and they to the New World. The lands, geographies dancing before you, holding a festival garland, as brides and bridegrooms hand in hand. Cooling airs from Caucasus far, soothing cradle of man. The river Euphrates flowing, the past lit up again. Lo soul, the retrospect brought forward, the old, most populous, wealthiest of earth's lands, the streams of the Indus and the Ganges, and their many affluents. I, my shores of America, walking today, behold, resuming all. The tale of Alexander on his warlike marches suddenly dying. On one side, China, and on the other side, Persia and Arabia. To the south, the great seas and the Bay of Bengal. The flowing literatures, tremendous epics, religions, castes, old occult Brahma, interminably far back, the tender and junior Buddha. The tender and junior Buddha, central and southern hemispheres, and all their belongings, possessors, the wars of Tamerlane, the reign of Aurangzeb, the traders, rulers, explorers, Muslims, Venetians, Byzantium, the Arabs, Portuguese, the first travelers famous yet, Marco Polo, Batuta the Moor. Doubts to be solved, the maps incognita, blanks to be filled, the foot of man unstayed, the hands never at rest. Thyself, O soul, that will not brook a challenge. The medieval navigators rise before me, the world of 1492 with its awakened enterprise, something swelling in humanity, now like the sap of the earth in spring, the sunset splendor of chivalry declining. And whose art, thou sad shade, gigantic, visionary, thyself a visionary, with majestic limbs and pious beaming eyes, spreading around with every look of thine a golden world, enewing it with gorgeous hues. As the chief historian, down to the footlights, walks in the great Senna, Dominating the rest, I see the admiral himself, history's type of courage, action, faith. Behold him sail from Palos, leading his little feet. His voyage, behold, his return, his great fame, his misfortunes, callu- calumniators. Behold him a prisoner, chained. Behold his dejection, poverty, death. Curious in time I stand, noting the efforts of heroes. Is the deferment long? Bitter the slander, poverty, death? Lies the seed unregged for centuries in the ground? Lo, to God's due occasion, uprising in the night, it sprouts, blooms, and fills the earth with hues and beauty. Stanza number 7. Passage indeed, O soul, to primal thought, not lands and seas alone, thy own clear freshness, the young maturity of brood and bloom, to realms of budding Bibles. O soul, rip restless, I with thee and thou with me. Thy circumnavigation of the world begin, of man the voyage of his mind's return to reason's early paradise. Back, back to wisdom's birth, to innocent intuitions, again with fair creation. Oh, we can no longer wait. We too take ship, O soul. Joyous, we too launch out on trackless seas. Fearless for unknown shores on waves of ecstasy to sail. Amid the wafting winds, thou pressing me thee, I thee to me, O soul, caroling free, singing our song of God, chanting our chant of pleasant exploration. With laugh and many a kiss, let others deprecate, let others weep for sin, remorse, humiliation. O soul, thou pleasest me, I thee. Ah, more than any priest, O soul, we too believe in God, but with the mystery of God we dare not dally. O soul, thou pleasest me, I thee, sailing these seas or on the hills or waking in the night, thoughts, silent thoughts of time and space and death like waters flowing. Bear me indeed as through the regions infinite, whose air I breathe, whose ripples here lave me all over. Bathe me, O God, in thee, mounting to thee, I and my soul to range in range of thee. O thou transcendent, nameless, the fiber and the breath, light of the light, shedding forth universes, thou center of them, thou mightier center of the true, the good, the loving, thou moral, spiritual fountain, affection source, thou reservoir. O pensive soul of me, O thirst unsatisfied, waitest not there, waitest not haply for us somewhere there the comrade perfect? Thou pulse, thou motive of the stars, suns, systems that circling move in older, safe, harmonious, athwart the shapeless vastness of space. How should I think? How breathe a single breath? How speak if, out of myself, I could not launch in those superior universes? Swiftly I shrivel at the thought of God, at nature and its wonders, time and space and death. But that I turning, call to thee, O soul, thou actual me, and lo, thou gently musterest the orbs, thou matest time, smilest content at death, and fillest, swellest full the vastness of space. greater than stars or suns, bounding, O soul, thou journeyest forth. What love than thine and ours could wider amplify? What aspirations, wishes outwide thine and ours, O soul? What dreams of the ideal? What plans of purity, perfection, strength? What cheerful willingness for others' sake to give up all? For others' sake to suffer all? Reckoning ahead, O soul, when thou, the time achieved, the seas all crossed, weathered the capes, the voyage done, surrounded, copest, frontest God, yieldest the aim attained, as filled with friendship, love complete, the elder brother found, the younger melts in fondness in his arms. Stanza number 9. Passage to more than India. Are thy wings plumed indeed for such far flights? O soul, voyagest thou indeed on voyages like these? Disportest thou on waters such as these? Soundest below the Sanskrit and the Vedas? Then have thy bent unleashed. Passage to you, your shores, ye aged fierce enigmas. Passage to you, to mastership of you, ye strangling problems. You, strewed with the wrecks of skeleton, that, living, never reached you. Passage to more than India, O secret of the earth and sky, of you, O waters of the sea, O winding creeks and rivers, of you, O woods and fields, of you, strong mountains of my land, of you, O prairies, of you, grey rocks, O morning red, O clouds, O rains and snows, O day and night, passage to you. O sun and moon and all you stars, Sirius and Jupiter, passage to you. Passage, immediate passage. The blood burns in my veins. Away, O soul, hoist instantly the anchor. Cut the hawsers, haul out, shake out every sail. Have we not stood here like trees in the ground long enough? Have we not growled here long enough, eating and drinking like mere brutes? Have we not darkened and dazed ourselves with books long enough? Sail forth, steer for the deep waters only. Reckless, O soul, exploring, I with thee and thou with me. For we are bound where mariner has yet not dared to go, and we will risk the ship, ourselves and all. O my brave soul, O farther, farther sail. O daring joy, but safe. Are they not all the seas of God? O farther, farther sail. And we are done.